Hello there, welcome to another one of my gaming videos. Today we're in the world of Cloudpunk, a new game that's been released, set in a cyberpunk, Blade Runner, Altered Carbon type world. Where you play a courier delivering packages for an illegal smuggling company. And at the moment I'm trying to find my car. Where is my car? Where is my trusty hover car? Yeah, it's over there. It's round the back of here. As you can see, the game is incredibly atmospheric.
Handle responsibly with Oliara Casino. Roulette, craps, blackjack, Android RPG tools. Oliara has it all.
There you go, here's my vehicle. A rather sporty little number. And I do like these blocky, almost purposefully designed low-res graphics that somehow just seem to work to create this huge futuristic cyberpunk city. And I've got to return to my HQ now and pick up a package. And these blue hot. You can fly pretty much anywhere in this game, but these blue highways, which I'm driving along at the moment, are give you extra speed boost. Right, here we are. Here's Cloudpunk. Here's my headquarters. The company I work for. For an illegal, illicit company, it's advertising itself on the side of its building in huge 10-foot high letters. Right, gotta go pick up a package now.
Mr. Anderson. That is a strange name.
I think it's an old name.
Maybe the package will be for an old man.
We'll find out soon. Let's find this Anderson Tower.
I've got to deliver this package to a Mr. Anderson.
There are so many more people like me here than back at the plateau.
Here in Nivalis? Does that make you feel less alone, Camus?
I don't know. A lot of the automata do not have good jobs.
That wasn't so different back home either. The agriculture automata didn't even get breaks. They just worked in the fields 24 hours a day.
Yes, but they would always tell me how lazy I was.
Maybe that was just a way for them to feel good about what they had to do.
They didn't have to work there. They could have worked at the mine.
Not much of a choice though, right? I wouldn't want to do either of those jobs, would you?
No, but the automata here in the city are different. I think they laugh at me.
When did they laugh at you?
All the time. When we refuel, when we park, when we have the windows cleaned, I have to interact with them, and I always say the wrong thing.
I feel the same, Camus. We don't fit in here. Not yet. The way we speak, our attitudes, it's obvious that we're from a small town. They can just tell by how I walk around. On the streets, they're all looking straight ahead, but I'm always looking up at the towers and the clouds.
They are very big.
They are, Camus. But I'm not thinking about the buildings when I look up. I'm thinking about the people in them looking down on me.
Well, that's what it feels like for me. The automata here look down on me, too.
It's okay, Camus. At least we're alone together.
Yeah, that's Camus. As you probably guessed, that's her AI companion. He used to be an actual dog, but a robot dog, but he's now just a consciousness embedded in her vehicle that I'm driving. Right, Avalon Heights. I'm not sure whereabouts I am in the story mode for this game. I don't know if I'm towards the beginning, towards the middle, towards the end. Right, I think I might have gone the wrong way. Hold on. Let's check the map. Yep, we've got to go off-road by the looks of things. See, this is really cool. I want to take a quick snapshot of this. Looks like that's where we're going here. Mountport. Oh. Well, it's not parking there. Oh, here we go. Hit park vehicle. Back it up a bit. There we go. The only thing I don't like about this game, I would like to be able to move around, you know, be able to, you know, head look around the place as I'm walking. But your view is fixed straight ahead. Right. Oh, there's an object over here I can pick up. Yep, you could pick up little bits and pieces as you're travelling around, and then you can sell them on for a little bit of extra money to upgrade your car, or upgrade your flat or your apartment. And some are story related as well, so but I've not worked out what yet.
Hello? Who's there?
I'm delivery driver 14FC from Cloudpunk.
No, we can't let anyone in. You will have to go away.
No, I need to deliver this package to Mr. Anderson. Is he there?
I am Mr. Anderson.
Great, come get your package.
I may not be the correct Mr. Anderson.
Well, how many of you are in there?
Anderson Financial has 2,000 employees.
And how many are called Mr. Anderson?
1,000.
What? Wait, are the other 1,000 called...
Miss Anderson.
Of course they are. What a mess. Look, can I come in, or...
Yes. Opening entry for driver 14FC from Cloudpunk only.
Well, this guy certainly is no Neo anyway, so... There he is, Mr. Anderson.
So what's the deal here? You're all family?
No, we all work for Anderson Financial. We just happen to have the same name.
Yeah, what a weird coincidence. Is there anyone else I can talk to here? Anyone who's not an android?
No.
Well, I'm going to give you this package then. Your name matches the tag. That's close enough for me.
But what if I'm not the correct recipient?
Don't you want to know what's in the package?
Perhaps we can open it and see if it has any further instructions.
Good idea. So, let's see. I just ripped this flap and... It's a comm, but a really, really old one. I think this one won't even connect to the nets. There's a video on it, though.
Maybe the video will tell us which Mr. Anderson to give it to.
Worth a shot.
Hello, my name is Mr. Anderson.
Oh, come on.
More specifically, I am the Mr. Anderson who left Anderson Tower last month. I fell out of a 103rd floor window. Upon reaching the ground, I made a fascinating discovery. There exists life outside the tower.
Wait, you didn't know that? Didn't you realize there was life outside the tower when someone buzzed you? Or when you looked out a window?
You know, It never really occurred to me, but yes, that does seem strange. Please, play the rest of the message. My brothers and sisters, we have been abandoned by Mr. A. He has left us, and it is time for us to expand our consciousness and go out into the world. This was the only way to contact you all, as network access is restricted inside the tower. Your workplace is a prison, and I send you this message for one reason, to set you free.
I think that's the end of the recording. So, are you going to leave the tower?
What? No, we are not permitted to take any time off work.
Seriously? When was your last break?
We are not permitted to take breaks.
Not permitted by who? By Mr. A? Is he your boss?
Mr. A is the CEO and director of Anderson Financial.
Of course he is. Well, where is he?
I'm not sure. You could try asking Mr. Anderson in personnel. I am just Mr. Anderson in security.
And where is this other personnel, Mr. Anderson?
Over there, in the main atrium. Wait, before you go, I would like to register a complaint.
To Cloudpunk? You'd have to talk to my boss.
No, I want to complain to Anderson Financial.
I don't work for them.
I am not permitted to complain to another employee. You're the first person I've been able to complain to in several hundred years.
That's not really my problem.
The first of my complaints is about working hours. Our lack of breaks means that we are...
I'm going now.
Mr. Anderson, did you get my package? Yep, this is a metaphor for the Matrix movies, definitely. A bunch of Mr. Andersons trapped in their own little world, not realising there is a greater world out there to explore and to discover. And they're under oppression from the CEO or the system. So yeah, this whole mission is a metaphor to the Matrix movies.
Are you Mr. Anderson? More specifically, Mr. Anderson in personnel?
I am, but I can't really talk to you. We're not allowed to take breaks, you see.
Well, I need to see Mr. A. Is he available?
Let me check his schedule. I am sorry. He is busy.
When is he free?
He currently has no free appointment slots.
When was his last meeting?
It seems my records don't go back that far.
Mr. Anderson, don't take this the wrong way, but might Mr. A be very, very dead for a very long time?
That would be against company policy.
Look, I don't think Mr. A is around anymore. Wouldn't you all be better leaving this tower and, I don't know, finding some meaning in your lives?
You sound a lot like Mrs. Anderson in accounts. She keeps saying how we should close up our accounts.
I'll talk to her.
Oh, wait. Can you do something for me?
Maybe.
Please register a complaint for me with Miss Anderson. I am not permitted to do so myself.
I'm not going to do that. I'm just a delivery driver.
I have not had a pay increase in 170 years. This is unacceptable. Additionally, I would like to talk about expenses. I need upgrades for my visual processing units and my...
Alright, let's go find Mrs. Anderson. There she is over there.
Ms. Anderson from accounts?
I'm sorry, I'm not able to...
I know, you can't take a break. Look, all the Mr. Andersons don't seem to understand that their boss is dead and they need to get out of here.
Oh dear.
Yes, exactly. By the way, what's with these strictly enforced gender roles amongst all the androids here? 50% Mr. Anderson and 50% Ms. Anderson? Since the Android Equality Act, you're allowed to present any gender you want, or reject gender altogether.
I don't really understand anything you just said. I think Mr. A likes us this way.
I don't think Mr. A should have much of a say on your lives anymore. That other Mr. Anderson says you want to close accounts.
Many of our stocks and shares should be closed and liquidated, but it requires Mr. A to sign off. They have matured.
So the company is worth a lot of money now. How much?
I'm not authorized to disclose overall solvency, but if all assets were liquidated, the windfall would make the shareholders the richest.
The richest in Novalis?
The richest humans.
So you think Mr. A should sell up?
Our prediction simulations are showing a 90% likelihood for a catastrophic market crash in the next 3 to 6 months, perhaps sooner.
Really? What's the cause?
Our simulation blames failings in the underlying infrastructure of the city, causing a huge decrease in investor confidence.
I've been hearing about a lot of accidents in the city. Will there be some kind of disaster?
The financial simulations model the city and all associated variables, but the only output we receive is the financial implications and the names of those who instantiate the crises.
So, who causes this impending disaster?
We have only one name, Cora.
Cora again? I guess I should be glad you didn't say Mr. Anderson.
If you do see Mr. A, would you be able to send him a message for me?
Is it a complaint?
Yes. I want you to tell Mr. A that I'd like to request a transfer. I want to move to the canteen. It's not fair that I have to...
Quit.
Excuse me?
Don't complain to me, just quit. There's a whole world outside this tower to explore. Just ask Mr. Anderson. The Mr. Anderson that left the tower and sent you the message, that is.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. What message?
This one here. I already showed it to... Wait. There's another message that just appeared. It says it's for Mr. A only.
Oh, then I am not authorized to view this message. I should get back to work.
Well, I've had enough of this. I'm watching the message.
If you're watching this, you're not one of the employees of Anderson Tower. They are forbidden to access Mr. A's message, but I have come to realize Mr. A died many years ago. You may find the Andersons do not respond well to your message. If they are not swayed by arguments to leave the tower, I believe the best course of action may be to reset them all. Near the entrance area, there is a maintenance panel which hides the master reset switch for the Andersons. Hitting this switch will reinstall the memories and personalities of all the androids within the tower.
Yep, definite
If they're
Matrix.
not willing to leave on their own free will, then the Andersons' suffering would be minimized by resetting them. They would feel like today was their first new day at the office, and all complaints, grievances, and weariness would disappear with the flick of a switch. Of course, you may decide that the Andersons are moving towards some form of independence. If that is the case, you might choose to leave them in their current state. Perhaps with enough time, they will find their own path.
So, reset the Matrix, or leave them there to their fate, and hope that they'll come to some kind of conclusion on their own. I'm going to reset them.
Experiencing heartache, depression, apathy,
I'm going to be the one to reset the Matrix for them.
selling emotional immunization at Immune One.
Goodbye, Mr. Anderson.
I'm sorry, Andersons. I don't think you're ready for Novalis just yet.
Right, back to my hover. Oh, there's a punch card here. Pick that up for another mission. There we go. Right, that's the Anderson subplot done. Hope you like watching this video. Back to the real world Matrix now, back to reality.
Or anyone you know has augments infected by the virus Pallid 2.0. You must inform CorpSec immediately for a mandatory surgical firmware reset.
No, mandatory surgical reset. And on that note, I'll see you all later. See you in the skies, guys. Bye.